Welcome back once again to Urban X-Files. My name is Keith and today's story is about an old Victorian house. My family and I have lived in our house for almost 3 years. A plaque at the very top of the house indicates that it was built well over 100 years ago. Since moving in, my mum and I have experienced many unsettling incidents. In fact, my own bedroom in the loft seems to be the setting for the majority of these strange things. One night, some years ago, I woke as something heavy fell onto my bed. It felt like a football, but when I summoned the courage to look to the end of my bed, there was nothing there. One very memorable occasion, I felt my bed lift from the door about a few inches. From the floor, not the door, sorry. I have been woken many a time by the sound of coat hangers being clashed together behind the curtains in my walk-in wardrobe. The most terrifying experience occurred when I had allowed our dog to sleep in my room. Following a series of unsettling nights, I felt safe in his presence, but I awoke for no apparent reason during the night to find my dog stood in the middle of the bedroom staring right at me. I called his name, but he continued to stare for a good 10 seconds. At times I can feel something with me in the room, but I can't explain this sensation. My mum is very skeptical. She's a matter-of-fact person, so when she told me of her own experiences, I felt reassured that my experiences weren't the result of a vivid imagination. Mum was once in my bedroom when she heard the distinctive sound of the huge front door opening and then shutting. The house vibrates when the door is closed, and my mum swears that she felt and heard this. She was convinced someone or something had come into the house. She called out twice, but no reply came. She was getting quite scared at this point, and she crept downstairs, checking in every room. On her descent, she was certain that somebody was in the house. There was nobody, but the cellar door was wide open, despite having been locked beforehand. A similar thing happened last year. This time my mum heard someone or something enter through the front door again. And she was in her bedroom at this time, which is situated directly facing the top of the stairs. Down the top of the stairs from downstairs hall looking upwards. Now, the front door itself is also directly facing the stairs. She heard the door open and close, then heard a female voice call out, "Mum?" She heard the voice clearly, and it seemed so close. After a search of the house once more, she found no explanation for the sound she'd heard. The last experience is another of my mum's. She awoke in the early hours one morning and got up to make herself a drink. She sat in the living room, and as she waited for the kettle to boil, watching the muted TV, she described a feeling that come over her and sensed something behind her. The hairs on the back of her neck stood up and she froze in terror. This lasted for a good few seconds before she felt free somehow to run from out of the living room, then upstairs and into her bedroom. I was the next person to go downstairs that morning. As I woke up early to go to work, I was confused to find the living room door wide open. The light was switched on as well as the TV. I brushed it aside and went to work. Only when I returned, I was informed of my mum's ordeal and the urgency she had felt to leave the room. So far as yet, we've not had any quietness in the house, and these incidents seem to increase, especially at certain times with the year, mostly coming up on winter times. I often wonder what happened in the house, if anything did happen, or are these things just like electric videotape memories of once previous occupiers. I'm not too sure. So far we've been able to stay and live in the house, accepting that we share it with these ghosts. So far we've not had anything terrifying that has forced us to move out, but we do keep the thought in the back of our minds. Well, I hope you enjoyed this story today, and as always, if you got any ghost stories or anything creepy, just get in touch. I'd love to hear from them, about them, and whether you think it's something so small or simple, whether it be the lights are turned on after you turn them off, just get in touch, let me know. I'll be interested to hear all about them. Take care, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.